keyboard command for insert link is?
Right choice. Ctrl plus K is the best answer.
Mesolithic man discovered the wheel. Solid response. False is a valid choice.
What letters make up the bottom row?
Correct response. Zixivibinum is the most accurate answer. Give birth to young ones are called.
Excellent choice. Mammals is the right answer.
Keyboard is used to washing clothes. You chose false, and it is correct. I help perform keyboard shortcuts.
Great job. Quetril is the accurate answer. What are different colors of hair? Smart move. All is an accurate answer. Which finger should type the D key? You got it. Your choice middle is right. Which of these fixes plant to soil? Excellent. Roots is a brilliant choice.
Alphabet keys are used to type dash.
Well done. All is the right choice.
To move to a new line, we press dash.
Strong choice. Enter is the right answer. Color-coded gold blocks are called. Valid point. Control is true.
Which fraction is the same as 0.05?
Good job. Your answer Fev 100 works well here.
Who is the father of the computer?
Nice work. You chose Charles Babbage and it is correct. Who stole the Koh-i-Noor and when? On track. Nadir Shah in 1739 is the correct answer.
A tool to type in computer is dash.
Sharp thinking. Keyboard is the right choice.
Which key is used to delete files?
Bravo. Delete key is the answer. The speed of modem is measured in.
Good thinking.
B piece is the right answer.
Shortcut key for center alignment.
Correct. Ctrl plus E is the right answer. Dash is used to erase a character. Well reasoned. Backspace is the correct choice.
This is used to move the cursor up.
Right again. Up arrow key is a valid answer. Shortcut key to open old document. Smart pick. Ctrl plus O is the correct choice.
The Baroque period was from dash.
Exactly. 1600–1750 makes sense, and it is right choice.
We have dash fingers on each hand.
Well picked. 5 is the correct answer.
The rose plant reproduces by root.
Nice selection. False is the correct and valid answer.
Color of hydrated copper sulfate.
Nicely done. Blue is a solid answer.
Which number is greater than 8688?
You're right. 8689 is the correct answer.
A common example of stem tuber is
perfect. Potato is the correct choice.
India got independence in the year.
Great thinking. 1947 is the right choice. What function does Cral plus D perform? Clear logic. Your choice duplicate is sound and 100% true.
Rena catches a ball with her dash.
Well reasoned. Hands and fingers is the correct choice. Which of these is domestic animal?
Bravo.
Chow is the answer.
The keyboard shortcut for copy is.
Strong choice. Ctrl plus C is the right answer. How many types of plants are there? Well done. 2 is the right choice.
The pencil you write with is dash. Correct response. Less than a foot is the most accurate answer. The blinking symbol on the screen. Perfect. Cursor is the correct choice. Which key T and U keys belong to?
Clear logic. Your choice upper is sound and 100% true.
Which type of keyboard do we use? Great thinking. QWERTY is the right choice.
Keyboard command for duplicate is.
Excellent. Ctrl plus D is a brilliant choice. Turn me on to use the number pad. Nice work. You chose numlock and it is correct. Dash is the image on the desktop.
Nicely done. Wallpaper is a solid answer. We get honey and wax from spider. Solid response. No is a valid choice.
Which of these is made from wood?
Well picked. Furniture is the correct answer.
Bread mold reproduces by spores. On track. True is the correct answer. Weeding should be done regularly. Smart pick. True is the correct choice. There are dash toes on each foot. Great job. 5 is the accurate answer. Give 2 examples for birds' insects.
Exactly. Crow, mosquito makes sense and it is right choice.
The number sign has another name. Nice selection. Hash is the correct and valid answer.
The keyboard command for paste is.
Excellent choice. Ctrl plus V is the right answer. 2 animals that live on the ground. You chose dog cat, and it is correct.
Hello, my friend. My name is Dash.
Sharp thinking. Muhammad is the right choice.
Dash is not a tool in Tux Paint.
You got it. Your choice type is right. There are 3 cursor control keys. Right again. False is a valid answer.
Raspberry Pi is the size of Dash.
Good thinking. A credit card is the right answer. Shortcut key to save a document. Correct. Ctrl plus S is the right answer. To type a letter, we can use dash. You're right. Letter keys is the correct answer.
How many keys are in a keyboard?
Valid point. 1 on 1. What is the name of the symbol?
Smart move. Period is an accurate answer.
BCZ dash, these are dash keys. Right choice. Alphabet is the best answer. The baby of a kangaroo is a dash. Good job. Your answer, Joey, works well here. Which key helps to type symbols? On track. Shift is the correct answer. Keyboard generally has dash keys. Clear logic. Your choice 104 is sound and 100% true. Scratch is developed by the dash. Well reasoned. Lifelong kindergarten is the correct choice. Which part of potato do we eat?
Solid response. Stem is a valid choice.
This person invented the piano. Valid point. Cristofori is true. Variants of the mouse include... You're right. Both of the above is the correct answer. What is the shortcut for print? Nicely done. Trill plus P is a solid answer. 5,000 plus 300 plus 2 ones. You got it. Your choice 5302 is right. Shortcut key for File Explorer. Exactly. Window plus E makes sense, and it is right choice. What is the proper way to type? Correct. Using 2 hands is the right answer. Plus Shift plus Q plus Q. Perfect. Logout is the correct choice. The greatest 4-digit numbers is... Nice selection. 9999 is the correct and valid answer. What was Nokia's first product? Well picked. Toilet paper is the correct answer. Microliths were not made in the... Great job. Mesolithic age is the accurate answer. Shortcut key to replace a word. Excellent choice. Quitrel plus H is the right answer. A keyboard has dash-enter keys. Bravo, 2 is the answer. What is the oldest car company? Correct response. Peugeot is the most accurate answer. Who coined the word technology? Well done. Aristotle is the right choice. Calcium sulfate hemihydrate is... Nice work. You chose plaster of Paris, and it is correct. What does pressing Ctrl plus Z do? Good thinking. Undo is the right answer. How can you stop a slideshow? Great thinking. Press Escape is the right choice. Disk used to store information. Smart move. CD-ROM is an accurate answer. Dash have the maximum capacity. Excellent. Supercomputer is a brilliant choice. Make text italicized. Good job. Your answer, Cottrell, plus I works well here. Who was on Apple's first logo? Right again. Sir Isaac Newton is a valid answer. The smallest 3-digit number is... You chose 100, and it is correct. Hemp is an oil-producing crop. Right choice. False is the best answer. Shortcut to open new document. Sharp thinking. Ctrl plus N is the right choice. Which is the correct spelling? Smart pick. Cursor is the correct choice. The longest keyboard button is... Strong choice. Spacebar is the right answer. A keyboard is a dash device. You're right. Input is the correct answer. A computer is a dash device. Well reasoned. Electronic is the correct choice. Which of these is not a tree? Nice work. You chose hibiscus, and it is correct. Salt formed from HCl and now... Valid point. Nickel is true. What is the capital of Turkey? Good thinking. Ankara is the right answer. When was the Nazi war fought? Perfect.
1939-1945 is the correct choice.
What keys are home row right? Sharp thinking, JKL is the right choice. Name of my headmaster is Dash. Great thinking, Bitter. Add artists is the right choice. A computer is a dash machine. Smart pick. Smart is the correct choice. Keytrell plus O is the keyboard for. Smart move. Open a file is an accurate answer. What holiday is in 2 weeks? Excellent. Spring break is a brilliant choice. The largest 2-digit number is. Exactly. 99 makes sense and it is right choice. Which is the fastest printer?
Correct response. Laser is the most accurate answer.
Shortcut key to do subscript. Excellent choice. Ctrl plus equal to is the right answer. Who is known as father of IE? Right again. John McCarthy is a valid answer. What keys are F, J belong to? You chose base key row, and it is correct. We eat the leaves of cabbage. Correct. True is the right answer. Shortcut key for superscript. Well picked. Ctrl plus Shift plus equal to is the correct answer. What is the full form of ROM?
Right choice. Read-only memory is the best answer.
Which tool protects clothing? Clear logic. Your choice apron is sound and 100% true. I make spaces between words. On track. Spacebar is the correct answer. Shortcut key to find a word. Good job. Your answer Ctrl plus F works well here. Press the dash key to erase. Solid response backspace is a valid choice. Which of these is a climber? Bravo. Bittergourd is the answer. Shortcut for left alignment. Nice selection. Ctrl plus L is the correct and valid answer. How big were the microlights? Strong choice. 1 to 5 cinemas is the right answer. Dash coined the term blogger. You got it. Your choice Evan Williams is right. Which animal lives in a den? Well done. Is the right choice. Shortcut key to make italics. Nicely done. Ctrl plus I is a solid answer. A keyboard is a part of dash. Great job. Computer is the accurate answer. 2 animals that live in water. Excellent choice. Octopus fish is the right answer. What type of storage is ROM? Right again. Non-volatile is a valid answer. We hold things with our dash. Strong choice. Hands and fingers is the right answer. We do painting with our dash. Well done. Hands and fingers is the right choice. 2nd October is celebrated as clear logic. Your choice Gandhi Jayanti is sound and 100% true. Kaleidoscope was invented by? Well picked. Sir David Brewster is the correct answer. To type in capital we press. Correct. Caps lock is the right answer. Dash is 1,000 more than 4531?
5531 is the answer.
Formula of bleaching powder? Exactly. CR os 2 makes sense and it is right choice. Dash is the biggest flower. Nicely done. Dahlia is a solid answer. Align the text to the right. Good job. Your answer Ctrl plus R works well here. Who developed the internet? Good thinking. The Defense Department is the right answer. The baby of a cow is a dash. Excellent. Calf is a brilliant choice. These keys are from 0 to 9. Smart pick. Number keys is the correct choice. What do seeds need to grow? Solid response. Sun, water and soil is a valid choice. Switch between open windows. You're right. Flip is the correct answer. What did Amazon first sell? Right choice. Books is the best answer. Ikebana is Japanese art of. Great thinking. Flower arrangement is the right choice. You can dash in a computer. Perfect. Play games is the correct choice. Give 2 animals that can fly. Sharp thinking. Eagle. Crow is the right choice. I typed the letters in dash. You chose caps lock key, and it is correct. There are dash arrow keys. Correct response. 4 is the most accurate answer. True or false alignus is free. Nice selection. True is the correct and valid answer. 2 animals that have a tail. Smart move. Lion, horse is an accurate answer. Flats are same as bungalow. Great job. True is the accurate answer. Ctrl plus Shift plus switcher F5. Valid point. Screenshot is true. 4083. Well reasoned. 4083 is the correct choice. A horse's baby is called a on track. Foal is the correct answer. Enter key is also known as. Nice work. You chose return key and it is correct. Dash is an Indian supercomp. You got it. Your choice Idaplex DX364 is right. Which keys start new line? Nice selection. Enter is the correct and valid answer. Give 2 examples of mammals. Sharp thinking. Tiger, cow is the right choice. Refreshes the current page. Good thinking. F5 is the right answer. Add the following 400 plus 45. 445 is the accurate answer. Wool is the dash of sheep. Well done. Body hair is the right choice. Another name for a laptop. Excellent choice. Notebook is the right answer. The piano makes sound by. Nice work. You chose hammer and it is correct. How many subunits of pu? Correct. 3 is the right answer. The expanded form of 1039. You're right. 2000 plus 30 plus 9 is the correct answer. Place where hut is found. Solid response. Urban areas. Village is a valid choice. Is iPhone the best phone? Good job. Your answer Yayas works well here. Dash creates illumination. You got it! Your choice light is right. Shortcut key for justify. Well reasoned. Ctrl plus J is the correct choice. Open an existing document. Well picked. Ctrl plus O is the correct answer. Find out the even number. Right again. 40 is a valid answer. Mouse has only one button. Clear logic. Your choice false is sound and 100% true. Shortcut key for save as. You chose 12 and it is correct. Choose the input devices. Strong choice. Mouse, keyboard, smartboard is the right answer. Where does a horse live? Perfect. Stable is the correct choice. Computer can be seen in. Right choice. All of the above is the best answer. What is the move command? Bravo, MV is the answer. Rahul runs with his dash. On track. Legs and feet is the correct answer. Place value of 1874.4. Smart move. Hundreds is an accurate answer. What is an input device? Valid point. Microphone is true. Two animals that can crawl. Smart pick. Snake, crocodile is the correct choice. A penny is an example of. Great thinking. A conductor is the right choice. Most keyboards today are. Exactly. Enhanced at style makes sense and it is right choice. Hydrated copper sulfate. Nicely done. None of these is a solid answer. Saffron is used for dash. Excellent. Flavor is a brilliant choice. Keyboard is used for dash. Correct response. Typing is the most accurate answer. What does 1 stand for? Bravo. Wide area network is the answer. Plants grow out of dash. Good thinking. Seed is the right answer. What is not a computer? Nicely done. Forgot easily is a solid answer. Which one is not hobby? Well done. It is religion is the right choice. Light is a form of dash. Clear logic. Your choice energy is sound and 100% true. Boathouse is found in. Good job. Your answer, Kerala. Kashmir works well here. What hits the spacebar? Correct response. Thumbs is the most accurate answer. Tick the largest number. Great job. 925 is the accurate answer. Indicates correct order. Solid response. Seashell is a valid choice. What is a tire made of? You got it? Your choice rubber is right. Find the incorrect match. Nice selection. Tiger omnivorous is the correct and valid answer. The lupim stands for dash. Well reasoned. Words per minute is the correct choice. Herbivorous animals eat. You chose plants and plants product. And it is correct. 2 animals have 6 legs. Well picked. Housefly, cockroach is the correct answer. Search plus L. Nice work. You chose lock screen and it is correct.
Shortcut key for paste. Great thinking. Ctrl plus V is the right choice. Select the odd one out. You're right. Medicine is the correct answer. Shortcut key for copy. Correct Ctrl plus C is the right answer. I work like an eraser. Sharp thinking. Backspace key is the right choice. Change font point size. Valid point. Ctrl plus Shift plus P is true. 1 plus 1 plus dash infinity. Excellent. 1/2 is a brilliant choice. Who was established in? Exactly. 1948 makes sense and it is right choice. 2 animals live on tree. On track. Monkey, squirrel is the correct answer. Shortcut to make bold. Right choice. Ctrl plus B is the best answer. Does fire need oxygen? Smart move. Yes, it does is an accurate answer. What does Ctrl plus V do? Right again. Paste is a valid answer. Which animal has fins? Strong choice. Fish is the right answer. Create a new document. Smart pick. Ctrl plus N is the correct choice. What does PM mean? Perfect. Words per minute is the correct choice. Mouse is used to draw. Excellent choice. True is the right answer. Select to highlight all. Right choice. Ctrl plus A is the best answer. Name of the keyboard. Excellent choice. QWERTY is the right answer. I am -years old. Smart move. 10 is an accurate answer. Where does dog live? Well picked. Kennel is the correct answer. Kharif crops grow in. Bravo. Summer is the answer. Ctrl plus Shift N. Correct response. Increased screen scale is the most accurate answer. Who was Teg Bahadur? Well done. The 9th Sikh Guru is the right choice. Select specific text. Nicely done. Shift plus arrows is a solid answer. RAM stands for this. You got it? Your choice random access memory is right. Shortcut key to cut. Clear logic. Your choice Ctrl plus X is sound and 100% true. CES stands for what? Well reasoned. Solid state drive is the correct choice. Close current window. Strong choice. Ctrl plus W is the right answer. We have dash hands. Great job. 2 is the accurate answer. RAM is the example of. Nice selection. Primary storage is the correct and valid answer. ROM stands for dash. Good job. Your answer read-only memory works well here. Keyboard is in dash. Excellent. Input device is a brilliant choice. UN has dash organs. Solid response. 6 is a valid choice. Copy selected text. On track. Ctrl plus C is the correct answer. I was born in dash. Sharp thinking. While is the right choice. Selecting all text.
Nice work. You chose Cottrell Plus, and it is correct. Rabi crops growing. Good thinking. Winter is the right answer. Center align text.
Smart pick. Ctrl plus E is the correct choice.
Make text smaller.
Perfect. Control plus Shift plus is the correct choice.
Dock window right. Great thinking. Alt plus hang is the right choice. How many letters? Valid point. 26 is true. Paste copied text. Exactly. Ctrl plus V makes sense and it is right choice. Change font style. Right again. Ctrl plus Shift plus F is a valid answer. In general, salts. You chose our ionic compound, and it is correct. Lawyer wear dash. Correct. Black coat is the right answer. Dock window left. You're right. Alt plus high is the correct answer. Cauliflower is a well-reasoned. Rabi crop is the correct choice. Undo last action. Nice selection. Ctrl plus Z is the correct and valid answer. In words is dash. Smart pick. 101 is the correct choice. Make text bigger. Solid response. Ctrl plus Shift plus is a valid choice. Making text bold. Right again. Ctrl plus B is a valid answer. Your leg is dash. Strong choice. More than a foot is the right answer. Right align text.
Good job. Your answer Ctrl plus R works well here.
Decut seeds have.
You chose 2 cotyledons, and it is correct.
Baby shoot grows.
Excellent choice. Up is the right answer.
My hobby is dash.
You got it? Your choice surfing is right.
Salts are either. Well done. Acidic, basic, or neutral is the right choice. Plants are dash. On track. Living is the correct answer. Reopen last tab. Correct response. Ctrl plus Shift plus T is the most accurate answer. RAM stands for. You're right. Random access memory is the correct answer. Finaco 3 is.
Great job. 27 is the accurate answer.
A crow can eat. Right choice. Both plants and animals is the best answer. Left align text. Sharp thinking. Ctrl plus L is the right choice. What is Shift plus 7? Nice work. You chose N and it is correct. Add a hyperlink. Bravo. Ctrl plus K is the answer. How many rows? Good thinking. 3 is the right answer. Italicized text. Exactly. Ctrl plus I makes sense and it is right choice. CRAT stands for.
Smart move. Cathode ray tube is an accurate answer.
ALU stands for. Great thinking. Arithmetical logical unit is the right choice. Delete button. Well picked. Delete is the correct answer. Form and equal to dash cm. Excellent. 400 is a brilliant choice. Shift plus 4 is. Valid point. Dollar is true. Mez paint is a. Nicely done. Microsoft Paint is a solid answer. Spinach is a.
Correct. Kharif crop is the right answer.
Quits a task. Perfect. Escape is the correct choice. New document. Clear logic. Your choice Ctrl plus N is sound and 100% true. Save a file. Great thinking. Ctrl plus S is the right choice. Ctrl plus N. Perfect. Redo is the correct choice. Alt plus loss.
Smart move. Switch between open items is an accurate answer.
Select all.
Right again. Ctrl plus A is a valid answer.
Bold text. Nicely done. Ctrl plus B is a solid answer. Open file.
Good thinking. Ctrl plus O is the right answer.
WAM equal to SIM.
Excellent choice. 100 cm is the right answer.
78. Exactly. 165.9 makes sense and it is right choice. Zoom out. Bravo! Control plus is the answer. Suwon. Correct. 2484 is the right answer. Alt plus 4. Solid response. Close program is a valid choice. XO43 equal to.
1.591 is the accurate answer.
Ctrl plus C. Clear logic. Your choice copy is sound and 100% true. F3. On track. Search for file or folder is the correct answer. We give. Strong choice. Keyboard is the right answer. Zoom in. You're right. Control plus plus is the correct answer. 1000. Right choice 958 90 100 is the best answer. X. You got it? Your choice cut is right. 1000. Valid point. 958 90 dollars is true. You chose 0.546 and it is correct. Oh.
Well reasoned. 0.0998 is the correct choice.
7 equal to. 447.3 is the correct choice. Well done. Boeing Fixing is the right choice. 9. Well picked. 4.8 is the correct answer. Nice work. You chose 4.8 and it is correct. 9.
Good job. Your answer 8017.2 works well here.
Core 3. Sharp thinking. 56.2 is the right choice. Plus. Nice selection. 319 is the correct and valid answer. Was 6. Correct response. 15.5 is the most accurate answer. X9.
Excellent. 801702 is a brilliant choice.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Excellent. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is a brilliant choice.